Hello and welcome to this day in the life. So for about a month, my family and I lived in Dubai. Being a lawyer with my own virtual law firm means that I can work pretty much from any corner on planet Earth, and we chose Dubai for a month. Now, I want to preface this video by saying that despite the nice things you're about to see, including this crocodile park, which I think might be the biggest in the world, some impressive statistic like that, Dubai to me was the closest place on earth I have ever seen to a dystopia, and I will put more content on that reality later. So I don't want you to be fooled. I never sell something that's not 100% authentic on this channel. For what it's worth, this right here was the Dubai Crocodile Park. Specifically, they have Nile crocodiles. If you're a crocodile aficionado, you'll know that there's bigger crocodiles in the world, including the Australian saltwater crocodile. So these are not the biggest in the world. One other place that we went was there was this seafood place called Buta Fish, which a former sheikh had made famous, the Sheikh of Abu Dhabi, I believe. And this is a seafood platter. Seafood was a very popular dining option when it came to eating out in Dubai. This place had very, very fresh food. However, everything was slightly overdone. And with all due respects to the amazing Sheikh Zayed and some incredible initiatives he's taken for Abu Dhabi and quite frankly the entire UAE's future, at the end of the day, the food was to the taste of an old man. It was overcooked and overly salty. Another popular location you'll see in Dubai, of course, is the Burj, the world's tallest tower. A fun fact they had put on the ticket is that you can see the sunset twice from the Burj. Once from the bottom, and if you take the elevator up, you'll see it all over again. Now, this is a view when you get to the top. Honestly, coming from a country where in Canada we have the CN Tower, one of the world's tallest towers anyways, I felt that the space on top was so narrow. The bulk of the space had gone to elevator space and a very, very tacky gift shop you'll see in a few seconds. Whereas the CN Tower, for example, we have entire floors dedicated to viewing. We have dining options up there. We have entertainment options out there. It's just a much more efficient use of the space. That was not the case here. This is that tacky approach to the gift shop that I mentioned earlier. I mean, there was literally a plastic screen on the floor that could emulate the floor cracking and keychains being sold for a few dollars. Another hot stop that you might have heard of in Dubai is the Dubai Mall. On this particular occasion, I visited for the viral chocolate. Oh my God, the viral chocolate. The amount of messages from colleagues and friends, did you try the Dubai chocolate? I did. And it sucked. And that's my opinion. You might love it. That's okay. By the time I brought it to my hotel room, it had melted a little bit. That's not their fault. That's just the temperatures. We're pushing 50 degrees Celsius on most days when I was there. When I opened it inside, first of all, I found that chocolate shell was so thick and unrefined. But one thing that nobody told me is that the pistachio filling, if you can see like little spikes coming out of it, texturally, that was not a smooth filling. So for me, it felt, and I told a colleague this, it felt like I was eating fish bones in terms of texture, and the pistachio taste was not that strong. And of course, the chocolate, I don't think they've used, the finest chocolate out there. Another pit stop at the mall, and so the chocolate you saw, I saved it for later. That's because prior to that, I actually had this famous Matilda melted chocolate cake. This cake is known for being crazy indulgent, thousands of calories, and while it was 3,000 calories per slice indeed, I've had better boxed chocolate cakes. And the service at that restaurant, very entitled. I think they were expecting everybody puts in a big order, leaves a big tip. You can treat customers as shitty as you want, and so on and so forth. A fun experience in Dubai was this so to us, we had just lived for a month in Panama, and this little rainforest experience is what I kind of coined a mini Panama, in that they had so many Panamanian animals. They had the toucans, they had the snakes, they had the iguanas, they had the lemurs and the monkeys. It was sort of a Panama in a building inside Dubai. This was something that was fun. What was not so fun is that I didn't know, or they don't tell you, although it's nice when you're in there, but they don't tell you that these wild animals are just flying and walking around. So as soon as I opened the door, I swung my head out of fear of being attacked by an animal. I broke my $700 Versace glasses. It's okay. I wish I'd known. Dining in Dubai was tough, and I'll tell you why. Michelin star restaurants, every single restaurant I called required children to be quite old. Some of them were 5, 7, some of them were 10 years old. Like at 10 years old, my child is out there getting his own job. He could work. He could, well, work here, yeah, but he could eat here himself. So there was a few places, though, that were Michelin nominated, including this restaurant, and we sort of took advantage of that where we could. This restaurant was inside of Waldorf Astoria, a chain we've certainly attended to and like. I'll link one of our Waldorf videos here. The food was okay. I mean, the food was okay. There was, truffle risotto that didn't taste of truffle at all, and the risotto was not cooked all the way through. When I ordered a pizza, being primarily vegan myself, without cheese, they just couldn't believe that a pizza could be without cheese. Don't judge me, just make the damn food. The calamari was dry, and so on and so forth. Another thing I felt we had to do prior to leaving the UAE overall was drive out to the deserts, and indeed we did. It gets pretty deserty 30 minutes outside of any of the bigger cities, and this is us driving to a particular desert spot I picked out for sightseeing, keeping in mind a lot of the desert spots, you can't just, there's fences to keep animals from crossing and things like that. There are camels on either side of the road, and in a few seconds I'll show you some camel photos. But there's the fence I was talking about. So it's not like you can just park somewhere and walk as deeply into that direction as you'd like. Here are some camels, very cute. I wanted to actually ride one, but I was told it could be a pretty risky activity, so I decided against it. In terms of overall thoughts of Dubai, I touched on this a little bit at the beginning. I will be making a longer video because I feel so strongly about the fact that Dubai was very scam-like, and I say that, with my whole chest and with my whole truth. And I wanted to show some of the experiences we had, okay? But that doesn't mean that I always want to be careful because I always think of the quote, utopias are created by those that are not there. So I don't want to hype up this vision of something that's not authentic, and somebody that watches this video saves their money for like a year to go to Dubai, and then they go there and they're like, Pam, I've worked so hard to save this money. I could have done something better for my family. So here's the truth, or as much as I can fit into probably this last 1 or 2 minute closing. Dubai was a place of very suffered people. Dubai was a place of, very oppressive rulings. Dubai was a place of very poor customer service because the people that were there on work visas are there to take what they can and bring it back home in terms of money, which is okay, but it's not conducive to an experience of giving, of generosity, or making your experience as a tourist the best possible. Dubai was a place where everything is exceptionally expensive, sometimes prohibitively so, and where it's hard to have a day in the sense that sometimes, in the Western world, you can go out for a park, you can go out for a walk in the park and then go to a library, and you can make a day out of free activities. Dubai was a dystopian place. So while I've shown you some incredible, I want to be truthful about that as well, experiences in this video, I want to be very careful to, make clear that just because Dubai has the world's tallest tower, it doesn't mean that it has the best quality of life. Just because Dubai has the zoo with the most crocodiles in it does not mean that it is the most fulfilling, happy place for the soul, for mental health, or quite frankly for physical health, and so on and so forth. Dubai was a very problematic place where I feel a lot of the attractions were smoke and mirrors. They're meant to attract tourists, but once you're there, there isn't much that keeps you there. I can only go up the world's tallest tower so many times. It doesn't make for a high quality of living. We'll talk more about that in one of my next videos. I want to thank you so much for watching and for giving this video the attention you did. For what it's worth, out of all of our experiences, the experiences I put in this video were our best. And you make of that what you will as well, because I don't know about you, but myself, prior to going to Dubai, I would have expected for some more wow factor experiences than this. In terms of accommodations, we did the top of the top. We did the Burj Al Arab, the world's only 7-star hotel. My review on that, I'll link it here as well. Not the best experience. So it's not that there were other facets of life that I'm not capturing in this video that were amazing. I didn't have those moments in Dubai, and that is totally okay. And maybe you will, but I want to warn you that it's not a given. We're not going to the place of dreams. There are places out there where I didn't expect so much, like when I went to Panama City, Panama. However, when I went there, it was amazing. One of my kids asked me to go there every single day since we left the country months ago. So, you know how life is, different strokes for different folks. And if you're one of the folks that watches this video, you have no idea how much I thank you for your support and for your respect and taking the time to listen. Please let me know your comments down below, your thoughts, and of course, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and click subscribe. Thank you.